level blast-off knockout power as well. How do you control a guy? You said earlier that Cardenas has that chip on his shoulder. How do you control that chip so he doesn't get caught early?
Look, just keeping him focused and keep repeating to him what his flaws are. You know, Ramon gets a little bit careless in there, you know. He has so much confidence in himself. He's a very confident fighter. He gets in there and sometimes, you know, he's comfortable in the ring, and that's what I don't want. I don't want him to be comfortable. I have to keep repeating to him, hey, don't get too comfortable in there. You know, be smart, good defense, and good offense. He has a lot of power. And when he unloads his punches, he uses so much force that sometimes I tell him, hey, you can't use so much force. Sometimes try to give me a little bit of volume and apply power in between. But you know, he has changed a lot. I changed him a lot for this camp based on Inoue's style. You know, in order to beat Inoue, let's say for example, I told him, if you can't beat him, if you can't knock him out, you have to beat him with volume because he's consistent. Inoue is like consistently throwing punches. He's busy. So what I want you to do is you have to match the volume, but you got to be very effective. And we worked on a lot of different things. You know, you work for plan A, plan B, and sometimes plan C because sometimes one plan don't work, so you have to make adjustments.
We saw Inoue versus Neri get dropped. We saw him receive some punches. There were some openings there. The broadcasters talked about some habitual things from Inoue that maybe a guy can take advantage of. How much have you spoken to Cardenas?
I can tell you this. We watched videos of that fight, of that particular fight. And I mean, look, Neri wasn't at his best. It wasn't like undefeated because remember, I trained
Neri against Figueroa.
I trained Figueroa for that fight. Remember, I beat Neri with Figueroa when he lost to Figueroa. So Neri is a fighter that, based on his lifestyle, training in Tijuana and stuff, he's not one of the most disciplined fighters there is. Believe me, he's a fighter that, you know, always has problems with the weight, and he always loses the weight at the end, like in the last minute. So, you know, by him getting dropped by a Neri, you know, it gives me a lot of hopes because this guy doesn't drink, very disciplined. He's walking already on weight, and he can make weight by tomorrow if he wants. Healthy, eating really good, and I can tell you this guy hits really hard. A lot of things can change, and a lot of things are going to change right after the first exchange. When they meet and they exchange punches, things are going to change. I know my fighter is going to change as well. He's going to change his plan due to the good attributes that Inoue has, you know. So that's what I mean. Both fighters have a lot of talent. They both have a lot of power. So it's going to be a great fight. It's going to be a great matchup. It's going to be a chess game, and the smartest fighter is going to overcome the other one.
What's the situation with Akhmadaliev, coach? Is he next after this fight?
Look, the situation with Akhmadaliev,
yes,
it's a sad one.
Okay.
It's a very sad one because he's not Latino, he's not Mexican. He's Uzbek.
They can't promote him.
He's Uzbek. Let's be realistic. I mean, they're some of the greatest fighters in the world. But, I mean,
he's not going to sell.
As a fan, there's no business for them.
Okay.
I mean, if you fight Akhmadaliev with Inoue, Akhmadaliev beats Inoue, what is there for Akhmadaliev? He's not a Mexican. He's not a Canelo Alvarez. He's not Puerto Rican. He's not Mexican. So what kind of business is there for him? Unfortunately, that's the sad part, you know. And I said it last year. That's the reason why I said Ramon will get the opportunity before Inoue because he's Mexican.
Thank you, coach.